Good afternoon, colleagues, friends, and participants. Thank you so much for joining us today regarding study MBBS in Georgia. My name is Akram Mohammed. I'm the head of business development at Cambridge Training and Consultancy. Today, we are in Bangalore, India, to promote study business in Georgia, particularly with our very good partner, David Williani Medical University, one of the top-ranking universities in Georgia for medical studies. Just before we start, I would request all the participants to switch off the microphone. And if you have any questions, please drop that in the chat box, and then we can take the questions at the end of the session, and then hopefully we can follow up on the questions as well. And also, you'll be meeting our university representative, George, today, so you'll have the chance to ask the questions directly to them. So without any further ado, let's start the process. Just to introduce about ourselves, we are Cambridge Training and Consultancy. We are a UK-based company. We assist students from admissions to visa guidance and career counseling with respect to different countries. We have 15 years of experience in this process, and we work with different universities in the USA, UK, Canada, Germany, Georgia, of course, Hungary, Australia, and the UAE. We have been working with over 200 universities worldwide. Students from different part of the world we assist with, particularly from South Asia, Middle East, Far East, and Africa as well. So this is a short introduction about ourselves. So coming back to our destination country, Georgia today, I believe you may be aware that Georgia is in Eastern Europe. Just to give you a little bit more introduction about Georgia, it's with a population of 3.7 million people, third populated city in Georgia is, of course, the capital city of Georgia, which is Tbilisi. The currency with India is 30 rupees. One Georgian lari, as it is called, is equivalent to 30 Indian rupees. There's good flight and rail connections to Georgia. Education has gone a very drastic change in recent years, particularly focusing on the medical studies in Georgia. Currently, Georgia has a candidate status with the European Union, so hopefully in the long run, it is expected to join the Schengen list of countries. As you know that once the countries joins in Schengen, the students will have the opportunity to work, let's say, in Germany, France, or other. Coming back to the flights and the travel opportunities between India and Georgia, we have Indigo from India and also Air Arabia from the UAE, where students are able to take for commuting purpose if they wish to travel. So just to give you a glimpse where Georgia is, just to Azerbaijan on one side and Armenia on the other side, and also it's, as I mentioned, it's in Eastern Europe, very good climate and a very safe country for international students. There are a lot of international students already studying in Georgia at the moment, and most of them have successfully completed their medicine studies in Georgia. Some of them have come back to India to pursue their practice in India, and a lot of people have traveled to US through the USMLE residency route as well, which of course we'll be discussing that in more detail. So without any further ado, let me introduce my colleague Georgie, who is the manager of foreign relations at Georgia, David Williani Medical University, who will be presenting a short presentation on the information at the university itself. So over to you, Georgie.
First of all, I would like to welcome all the attendees of this session, and I would like to thank our partner for providing us with the opportunity to meet with you all and to provide a description of our university. So I would like to start by providing a brief overview of the university and providing several reasons what makes our university unique and what sets it apart from many other choices around the world and in Georgia in particular. First of all, I would like to say that our university is the oldest privately owned medical university in the country, which was founded in 1989. So what we have to understand is that when the university was founded, Georgia was still part of the Soviet Union, and the system of medical education in Georgia was still based on the old Soviet methods and textbooks and the teaching approaches. What this has caused was the deficit and the lack of highly skilled and qualified medical professionals in Georgia. What the founders had in mind was to completely change the whole system of medical education in Georgia. And they achieved that by implementing and, first of all, developing and implementing a new teaching the program, which was based on the United States medical standards, which was the first in Georgia. And through the implementation of that program, the graduates and the students of our university were able to get the skills and the knowledge that they required to practice medicine on the international level. Thanks to that program, our graduates have pursued successful careers around the world. Currently, we have over 300 graduates who have successfully passed the United States medical licensing examination, and right now are working as doctors or undergoing the residency programs in US at the moment. We have a vast community of graduates who are pursuing successful medical careers around the world. We have a lot of graduates in European countries such as the UK, Germany, and we have also quite a big community of graduates from India. And speaking of the Indian graduates, I would like to inform you about one very interesting subject. As we all know, when the citizens of India go abroad for medical studies and they later come back to India and they wish to start their medical practice, first of all, they should clear the FMG, the examination. So I would like to inform you that for the past, I don't know, several years, graduates of our university have consistently scored the passing rates on the FMG examination, which is higher than 70%. If you compare those results are available on the official website of the National Examinations Board of India. If you compare the results from other universities, like foreign universities, average passing percentage is around 20, while are able to score consistently for the high percentages about 70. So as I told you, the main goal and focus of our university is the quality and the standards of education. We are not a big university. We only have around 1,000 students in total, which allows us to have the groups of students which are no more than 20 students per group. This in turn allows the teachers and the lecturers to have sufficient time to interact with each and every one of the students, to keep a constant communication and make sure that everyone is doing their best and they're working very hard. And the working hard is something that each one of our students must do in order to achieve success, because the teaching program that we offer is incredibly intense and tough. And if the students are not 100% dedicated to becoming the best professionals that they can, they will not be able to keep up with the program and they might have some issues with their studies. Other thing that makes our university unique among other Georgian universities is the fact that we are able to offer on-campus accommodation to our foreign students. Considering the needs of our foreign students, we have decided several years ago to construct a campus facility, which is located in about 25 kilometers away from the capital of Georgia, which is so in a small suburban town called Rustavi, where the students can stay there and they actually study there as well. So basically, they do not need to leave the premises of the university. The area is secured. It has 24-hour security, and the students can stay there and focus mostly on their studies. Another thing that sets our university apart from many others, and the thing that we are really proud of, is the fact that we are the only medical university in Georgia that is able to offer scholarship programs to its foreign students. The scholarships are available to the students after they complete the first year of studies. And the amount of scholarship may vary from 25 up to 100%. And the amount is actually determined by the performance and the grades of the students. They need to achieve a certain cumulative percentage of the grades in order to achieve a scholarship from 25 up to 100%. So yeah, those are the basic facts that I would like to tell you about. So that is the general information that I would like to give you. And now, if there are any questions, I would be happy to answer them for you. Thank you thank you very much for your attention. Sure. I think let's wait for a couple of questions and then
Hello.
yes,
Yeah. Uh, Good afternoon.
good afternoon.
Yes. You mentioned that FMG qualification 70% for our Indian community from
Correct.
your university.
Correct.
Are you prior giving any sort of preparation for this?
Yes, thank you for your question. Actually, we do. So at our university, we have separate preparatory courses for the FMG examination, as well as the United States Medical Licensing examination, if the students choose to go that way. Both of the preparatory courses are available to our students, and they are completely free of charge.
Okay, thank you.
Please, Dr. Janavaya.
Hello?
Question if dependent visa is available.
Sorry?
There's a question if dependent visa is available.
Dependent visa if they want to bring their parents with them. There was a question in the chat about the visa, and unfortunately, legally, we are only allowed to provide invitations to our students. Therefore, if the students wish to come together with their parents, they will have to make their own arrangements. However, I would like to inform you about the fact that if the students or their parents have a valid residency of the UAE, or they have a valid visa of any of the Schengen countries or UK, they will no longer be required to apply for a Georgian visa, and they can travel visa-free.
IELTS ban,
Excuse me?
IELTS ban.
IELTS. So there was another question about the IELTS. And before we discuss that, I would like to provide also a brief overview of the admission criteria and the process. So to start the admission process, we're going to need a short list of documents from the students, which includes a copy of the passport, copy of their high school certificate, copy of their NEET passing certificate with the score. The score should be above 137. Yeah, and they should also have an English language certificate of some sort, either IELTS or TOEFL or any other international language certificate. In case the students do not have a certificate, we have a partner company called Pearson, and they will be able to offer the students an online test, which is much more convenient and affordable than taking a paper-based IELTS test, for instance. So they will take the test online, they will receive the results instantly, and they will be able to proceed. And other than those 4 documents, we will also need an application form, which must be filled by the student and sent back to us, and the form will be provided by the university. So when we receive these initial documents, we will first schedule an online interview with the student. If the interview is successful, the student will be provided with the admission letter. Letter has the description of the teaching program of the course, so it has the information about the tuition fee, which by the way is currently $6,000. And it also has the description of the methods of payment. The next step is to make the payment actually. And once we receive the payment, we will make a submission to the Georgian Ministry of Education in order to acquire a study permission, because every foreign student that comes to Georgia for study purposes requires a permission from the ministry. The process of processing of the permission takes around 1 month. Once the permission is ready, we will prepare a set of documents, including the invitation and some other supporting documents, which will be later sent to the student, and they will be able to apply later for the visa. An additional month is required for the visa processing. So in total, together with the visa and the ministry process, the whole admission process will take around 2 months. So I believe that answers your questions regarding the IELTS and any admission procedure questions that you might have. Are there any more questions there? No?
Fees and accommodation.
Yeah. So as I have informed you, we are the only medical university in Georgia that is able to offer accommodation, and accommodation at our campus is not included in the tuition fee. Tuition fee, as informed earlier, is $6,000, and accommodation at the campus starts at 4,200. Sorry. The accommodation fee starts at $4,200 per year. That is a full package. It includes breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It includes all the fees for the utilities, for the internet, for the laundry. And considering the fact that the majority of our foreign students, around 90% of our foreign students, are from India, in the cafeteria we have a group of chefs who are also Indian, and they will be able to offer Indian national dishes as well. Excuse me?
US MLE.
Yeah, as informed earlier, we do offer our students separate coaching classes for the USMLE examination, and they're also free of charge. And actually, since the whole teaching program at our university is composed in accordance with the United States medical standards, while they are undergoing their studies, they're actually preparing themselves for the USMLE. So the way the program is structured, we have first 2.5 years of studies are dedicated to the basic medical sciences, which mostly consists of classroom studies. Next, they move on to the clinical stage, where they actually start going to the hospitals and having some practical training. That's another 2.5 years. And by the end of that, there is an additional year of internship. So what our program enables our students to do is, as you know, the USMLE examination has 3 steps. Our students gain enough knowledge and the skills to pass the first step of the USMLE examination within the first 3 years of their studies at the university. This saves them a lot of time and money as well, because normally what students do is first of all, they graduate, they get their degree, and then they start preparation for the USMLE examination. As we all know, it is the toughest exam in the world. So they take a lot of time. They pay some money for the preparation, and then only they start taking those exams. We have multiple students who have successfully completed the first step of the USMLE examination within the first 3 years of studies. And then after graduating, they are free to travel to US and complete the rest of the examination and continue their career in US. Admission criteria, I believe I have just spoke about. Yeah, the only thing that I forgot to mention is the students should have a cumulative score of at least 60% in chemistry and biology. Other than that, I believe I have just spoken about that. They should have a they should send us the copy of the passport, the high school certificate, the NEET certificate, the English certificate, and the application form. That's it. So one other thing that I would like to mention is that unlike many other universities, we don't have any hidden costs. There are no application fees. So any additional expenses that the students might incur are so it's just the visa fee at the embassy, which is around $25. And upon arriving to Georgia, they will also need to apply for the Georgian residence permit, in which they will have the full support of the university, and that will cost another $20, I guess. That's it. They don't need to have any additional expenses and no hidden costs.
Scholarship.
As for the scholarship, as I already told you, the scholarships are available after they complete their first year of studies based on their grades. I believe there should be a slide about the scholarship in this presentation somewhere. Or this is the other one. No, there isn't. Yeah. So as you see here, there are 25, 50, and 100% scholarships available to the students, and in order to achieve that, they should gain a certain amount of certain percentage of grades upon completion of the first year of studies, and the scholarship can be maintained throughout their complete study process. So I believe that should answer the question about scholarships. Visa process is actually pretty simple. The students make the application via VFS. VFS sends all the documentation to the embassy in Delhi. So it was the case like several years ago that the applications in Georgia and embassy in Delhi were being held up because there were just too many applications, and the staff at the embassy was not able to keep up to process those applications. But just before coming to Bangalore, I had a meeting in the embassy of Georgia with the ambassador and the consular himself. They have been appointed like several months ago. Both of them are new, and they have made a promise that they will add additional staff. So the visa process this year will be much more easier and faster.
People has to show the commitment.
So as you know, the students and the applicants, when they make the application for the visas, should also provide the sponsor letters and the proof of the financials. What I have heard, what the counselor has told me personally, was that they pay close attention to the fact that the funds should not be transferred to the account several days before they apply for the visa. So the funds should be there at least 3 months before the date of the application, and the amount is between $2,000 and $3,000 US.
Processing time for visa, how long will it take?
The visa processing takes up to a month.
I think it's start the application process.
So as I told you, the complete the whole process of admission together with the visa and the ministry procedure takes around 2 months. Therefore, since the study process will start in the first 2 weeks of September, deadline for application would be somewhere in July. And the applications can be sent like even now. Like we are already accepting new applications. So if there are no more questions, I will give the word back to our colleague.
Thank you so much, colleague. We'll just play a short video about the university and the facilities, so you can be, you can have more information on the university, the location, and the rest of the information. So we'll just play a short video here. Thank you so much for connecting with us. We'll just go through a quick update on some of the process. As you have listened from George, of course, there are a lot of facilities, and the culture of education in Georgia is is very high standard. Of course, that's one of the reasons why you should choose them. Approved by the Medical Council of India and WHO as well. There are a lot of other programs in the healthcare as well, and all the programs are taught in English. It's very safe for transit students. The living expenses are of different quality. So there are 2 intakes per year as well, one in September and one in March. There is a healthcare system in Georgia, so you only have to pay around $200 per year. So that covers the hospital facilities as well if someone falls sick, and other facilities as well. There are a lot of good points if someone wishes to proceed with Georgia. Visa processing, of course, we are here to help and assist you throughout your visa processing process. So we'll be guiding you step by step, starting from the initial assessment to application processing, getting the offer letter, processing your visa as well, and providing you with pre-arrival support and pastoral support thereafter. We have just finished the Q&A session. If you have any questions at all, we're happy to take them now. And also my colleague has shared the registration link. If someone is interested, it's a dedicated student portal. So please create your account, and one of our colleagues will be in touch to provide you more information. There is a question about part-time jobs in Georgia.
Let me answer that. So regarding the part-time jobs, the students are actually allowed to do that. They won't have any problems with it. However, I would like to inform you that since I have mentioned multiple times, the teaching program is really intense. As practice has shown, the majority of our students really struggle to do that because they simply have not enough free time. Whatever free time they have, they prefer to dedicate to their studies. And yeah, that is the only obstacle they have. If they somehow manage to work hard and find some free time to work as well, they can do that. But honestly, I don't know of any of our students who have some part-time jobs.
Yeah, thank you so much, George. That was really straightforward. So please do leave your contact details in the chat box, and we'll be happy to connect with you again. I'm sure you wish to wait for your the NEET exam results, which is very fine. I hope they will be released in first week of June, and after that, I'm sure you'll like to consult that with your family and friends on how to proceed further. The next available intake is September. So once you receive your NEET results, and if you get through the Indian admission process with any of your Indian institutions, that's pretty good, and we congratulate on that. If you wish to consider Georgia as a study destination for your MBBS program, then after your NEET results, then you can start the process with us. We are here to help you and guide you. Please leave your contact number in the chat box. One of our colleagues will connect with you in the next few days, just to provide you a little bit more information. And once you're ready to start the process, we'll be happy to connect with you thereafter. If you have any questions in the meantime, please do let us know. These are the contact details in Bengaluru. So just make sure you have the contact number of our local staff, and also our email address as well. And also you can scan the QR code here. We have a dedicated student portal where you can create your student portal account, and then you can be able to to connect with our staff thereafter. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask now. If not, hopefully we can conclude the sessions, and we look forward to connect with you at a later stage once you wish to start the process. If anyone wish to unmute themselves and ask the questions, please feel free to do that. Okay, what is the process for obtaining residency positions after graduations? I think George has already informed you that the university will be assisting candidates for the USMLE and the FMG process for
Do them in Georgia?
no, in various countries.
Yeah.
So for USMLE, of course, they will be supporting the candidates for US for the residency program, and also for the graduates who wish to come back to India and go for the Indian route. Then of course the FMG exam they have to take. The university will be assisting them for the preparation of the process as well. So in short, the university will be providing you a comprehensive support for those licensing exam as well, preparing students for those license exam, and assisting the students as well as we move forward. Does anyone wish to ask any further questions? Okay, in that case, we'll conclude the session. Thank you so much for attending today, and we believe it was a very helpful session for you to know more about Georgia, and particularly David Tuilani Medical University, one of the very high-ranking private university in Georgia. And we look forward to connecting you in due course in the next few weeks once the NEET results have been released for you to move forward. So let's focus on connecting with each other and trying to assist you in the rest of the process. So please do make a note of our contact details. Our local staff will be here to help you and assist you in Bengaluru, and we'll take it from there. Thank you so much and have a nice day. Take care.